Hello students, welcome once again. So in the previous class, we have learned about the substitution reactions, and we have seen the substitution reactions are that is nucleophilic substitution reactions are of two types. What are they? SN1 and SN2 reactions. Okay, so we have seen the introduction of SN1 reactions, how SN1 reactions take place. Okay, now in this class we will be learning about stereochemistry of SN1 reaction. Okay, so what is the stereochemistry of SN1 reaction and what exactly we learn under this topic? We have learned that SN1 reactions involve the formation of carbonium ions as intermediate compounds. Students, I told you that SN1 reactions proceed through two steps. The first step is the ionization step, okay, and also that is a rate determining step or a slow step in which alkyl halide ionizes to give carbonium ion. Okay, that we have learned na, in the previous class. So that's what I have written here. SN1 reactions involve formation of carbonium ion as intermediate compounds. Okay, now and students, you should notice one point or note one point that carbonium ions are generally planar. So as they are planar, they can be attacked by the nucleophile in the second fast step from either sides. Okay, so from any side the nucleophile can attack the carbonium ion in the second fast step. Why? The reason is carbonium ions are planar. Okay, only this is the reason why in the second fast step nucleophile can attack the carbonium ion from either side. That means from left side or from right side. Okay, now if the alkyl halide taken is optically active. When do we say that an alkyl halide is optically active when carbon atom is surrounded by four different groups? Okay, that is asymmetric carbon is present in the alkyl halide. Then we say that that particular compound is optically active. Okay, so if the alkyl halide taken is optically active, then the product formed should be a racemic mixture. Okay, that means formation of enantiomers which is optically inactive. Okay, always the racemic mixture will be optically inactive, students. Okay, so if the alkyl halide taken is optically active, the product formed should be compulsorily racemic mixture and it should be optically inactive. Okay, now but this is not happening. Okay, so it is not happening in SN1 reaction like this. What is happening then? The two enantiomers of the product are not formed in equal amounts. When do we call it as racemic mixture means, students? When 50% of one product and 50% of 50% of one isomer plus 50% of the other isomer, that mixture we call it as racemic mixture. Okay, so once again, students, if the alkyl halide taken is optically active, the product formed should be racemic mixture. That means 50% plus 50%. And this racemic mixture should be optically inactive. Okay, but this is not happening in SN1 reaction. What is happening? The two enantiomers of the product, they are not formed in equal amounts. Means what? They are forming in unequal amounts. Okay, so one enantiomer having inverted configuration is formed in more proportions than the other enantiomer. What is happening, students? The enantiomer which is having inverted configuration, okay, is formed in more amounts than the other enantiomer. Okay, so because of this we can say that in SN1 reactions there will be partial racemization and inversion in configuration. We cannot say that there is complete racemization. Why? If the product formed is having 50% of one isomer and 50% of the other isomer, then we will say that it is a racemic mixture. But in SN1 reactions, it is not happening like that. What is happening? The enantiomer having inverted configuration is forming in more proportions than the other enantiomer. Therefore, we say that we observe partial racemization as well as inversion in configuration. Underline this point, students. In SN1 reactions, we observe partial racemization as well as inversion in configuration. Clear, students? Fine. Also, we can say that SN1 reactions proceed with both inversion as well as retention of configuration. Okay, like this also you can write, that is SN1 reactions proceed with both inversion as well as retention of configuration. Okay, so number of inverted molecules will always be more than the molecules having original configuration. Okay, so underline this point also, students. The number of inverted molecules will always be more than the molecules having original configuration. So that is what we have written in the above sentence. SN1 reactions can show both inversion as well as retention of configuration. I guess you know the meaning of inversion as well as retention. Okay, hope you know the meaning of these two words, students. Right? Now, if you look at the example, now you will understand completely the stereochemistry of SN1 reaction. What did I take here? I have taken plus 2-bromobutane, which is optically active. Look at the structure of plus 2-bromobutane. So, there is a carbon atom which is surrounded by left side hydrogen, right side bromine, top ethyl group and bottom CH3 group. Okay, and it can be named as 2-bromobutane. Okay, so we have taken plus 2-bromobutane. Fine, it is optically active. It can rotate the plane polarized light towards right side. Okay, now so when this is hydrolyzed, so on the arrow I have written H2O. Hydrolysis of plus 2-bromobutane gives, what is happening, students? I told you that carbonium ions are planar and the nucleophile can attack the carbon which is having positive charge from either side. So what is the nucleophile approaching near this 2-bromobutane? OH minus is the nucleophile. OH minus from water molecule, H plus plus OH minus na. So OH minus approaches plus 2-bromobutane. Okay, so we have seen that number of inverted molecules are more than. Look at the product, students. So the first one is minus 2-butanol and second one is plus 2-butanol. Product is same. First one is 2-butanol, second one is 2-butanol. But 83% is of inverted configuration, whereas 17% is of same or original configuration. So 17% you look at the product 2-butanol. So where there is bromine atom, there OH is being substituted. That means it is retaining the original configuration. It is same exactly the starting compound. Are you observing that, students? So what did we start with? Plus 2-bromobutane. In that compound, right side of carbon, there is bromine atom. So in 17% plus 2-butanol, on right side of carbon, in the place of bromine, there is substituted OH group. Okay, so but only how much did we get? Only 17%. That's what we have seen. Na? The molecules having original configuration will be less than the molecules having inverted configuration. So look at minus 2-butanol. What is minus 2-butanol? Right side there is hydrogen, but left side there is OH group. That means it is having inverted configuration. So OH minus attack the carbon from left side. Then only this is the possible product being formed here. And how much it is formed? 83%. Okay. Hope I think you understood, students, looking at this example. Okay, clear? So once again students, number of inverted molecules are always more than the molecules having original configuration. So by looking at this example, you will understand this point. That's what I have written. SN1 reactions proceed with both inversion as well as retention of configuration. Retention of configuration is 17% plus 2 butanol. Inversion of configuration is 83% minus 2 butanol. Okay students, clear? Next, energy profile diagram of SN1 reaction. So, we have plotted a graph between progress of reaction, that is SN1 reaction, and energy. Okay, so we all know that rate of SN1 reaction depends on what students? It depends on the formation of carbonium ion, which is the intermediate compound, which is called as ionization step. That is the slow step or rate determining step. Okay, so we have seen rate of SN1 reaction depends on the formation of a carbonium ion, which is also called as ionization step. Look at the diagram students. Here there are two transition states. Okay, so we started with the Rx plus Nu, and final product is what students? Rnu plus X minus. Okay, so before the final product is formed, we can observe that there are two transition states. So this particular SN1 reaction will have two intermediate states or two transition states. So what is happening in the beginning? In the beginning, the compound is absorbing. What is the compound? Alkyl halide. Rx. It absorbs energy and gets activated to high energy transition state. How many peaks are there, students, in this graph? How many peaks you can see? Two peaks, na? So, first step or in the beginning, what is happening means the compound is absorbing energy and is getting activated to high energy transition state indicated by the first peak. Okay, so first peak, what is it showing? It is the high energy transition state. Okay, so next what is happening? Then intermediate carbonium ion is formed. See students, the peak is coming little bit down. That means we say there is loss of some energy. So after losing some energy, what is being formed? The carbonium ion is formed. What is carbonium ion? R plus is the carbonium ion. See, I have written R plus X minus plus Nu minus. Okay. Now this carbonium, again look at the peak students. It is going up, right? So what is that going up means? The carbonium ion, again it is absorbing some energy and another high energy transition state is formed. Okay. Which is shown by the second peak. Okay. What is first peak students? Hope it's clear. The compound is absorbing energy and is being activated to high energy state indicated by the first peak. Okay. Next again the peak is coming down slowly. That means there is loss of some energy. There what is being formed? R plus is formed. That is what? Carbonium ion. Okay. Again the peak is going up. Fine. That means some energy is being absorbed by the carbonium ion and another high transition state, that is second transition state, is being attained and this is shown by the second peak. Okay. Now the nucleophile now attacks the carbonium ion and after losing some energy, again a stable final product is formed. See, look at the peak, it has totally come down. That means again the energy is lost to form the stable product, that is Rnu. Clear students? This is the energy profile diagram of SN1 reaction. Once again, the reaction has two transition states. At first, the compound absorbs energy and gets activated to high energy transition state indicated by the first peak. Okay, clear? Then So the remaining sentences I have written here. The intermediate carbonium ion is formed after losing some energy. And this carbonium ion, again it absorbs some energy, and then another high energy transition state is being attained. This is shown by the second peak, students. Okay. Now the nucleophile attacks the carbonium ion and some energy is lost to form a stable product. Okay, so these are all the points which you are supposed to write under energy profile diagram. Okay, students, clear? So in this class we have learned stereochemistry of SN1 reactions. When you are asked stereochemistry of SN1 reactions, all these points you are supposed to write under this topic, students. Okay, clear? So this is not that difficult, students. Write down all the points in your notebook. Listen to the explanation carefully once, twice or thrice. Then it will be very easy for you to learn. Okay. Thank you.